No need for an introduction. Let's get back to Zelda. Oh boy, here it is, the Water Temple. You have to get the boots from the ice cavern first, but nothing to talk about, except these bats. Oh, hello again, fish tits. My, now you're older and creepy. You know, playing this game through again without a guide, I can almost see why this temple is hated. It's not that it's a water level, really. It's that you have to plan out your course of action or you could be changing the water level for 30 minutes and get nowhere. I kept forgetting this wall here that you have to blow up, which of course you see at the beginning of the temple, so I'd always come up one key short. I do always find it funny when people are like, oh, this level's so hard, it's so frustrating and confusing, oh, I need a guide. Oh, and Zelda 1 was a linear side-scroller? Shut up and get better at video games. But finally, you enter this strange white room with a single tree in it. And the door's locked. You turn, head back, and holy crap! It's Shadow Link! Dark Link? This is the first time I died in this playthrough. So after a detour to grab Din's Fire, which apparently is the ultimate strategy, it's time for round 2. Bring it on! Yeah, I seriously don't remember it being this difficult as a kid. Open up the treasure chest to get the worst dungeon treasure of all time, an improved version of a weapon that you already had. Seriously, Link to the Past had a fountain that did this. This block here, this is why I hated the Water Temple as a kid. I spent 2 weeks trying to find the key that I was missing, and the whole time, it was hidden back there. Go through the rooms with rocks borrowed from the Gorons, slowly go up this ledge, and fight the boss. He's pretty simple, just need to watch out for those spikes. So surprise, surprise, Ruto is a sage. Seriously, except for the Spirit Temple, all these sages are pre-existing characters that were no longer needed in the storyline. I'm surprised the Cuckoo Lady isn't a sage. And hey, I just got out of marrying this chick. But wait, my love, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I never meant to treat you so badly. Can't I think anybody else? Anybody? No! Well, I wonder if Malone is still available. Next, we head for Kakariko Village, which is on fire? Sheik, do something! Oh, yeah. Song under an ocarina. That'll help. Sheik tells you that Impa is the stage. Spoilers, dude. So for the first time in this entire game, time travel is necessary. Yeah, I know, it's well integrated from here on out, but it kind of feels like it was forgotten about until just now. So you go to the windmill and drive this guy batty with the Song of Storms. Wait, why didn't we play this at Kakariko? Oh well, down into the well. The sub-dungeon is short, but it can be annoying. The boss, Dead Hand, is pretty creepy. But it's so annoying because you need to get captured by a hand to lure him out. Get off me! Damn it! Oh, I have to rock the analog stick? What is this, Resident Evil 6? You kill him, get the Lens of Truth, which will be surprisingly useful for a little while, and warp back to the future to go to the Shadow Temple. Despite the cool name, it is easily the worst dungeon of the bunch. Not so much because it's difficult or confusing, but because it's cheap and broken. The platforming in this game sucks because, well, like I said before, it shouldn't be here. So trying to make difficult jumps in this game is already hard, but because this dungeon is one giant room, you literally spawn back at the beginning if you miss a jump. Yeah, I call BS. So I go explore this part, and it leads back to the beginning. Alright, whatever. Back down, and the block came back? So wait, I have to play the whole dungeon again because I didn't know? Ugh. So whatever, you ride a pirate ship, which is kinda cool. Just makes me want to play Wind Waker, though. You fight the boss, Donkey Konga, then head back to the Spirit Realm for Impa to waste your time. Thanks, Madonna. Off to the desert, but first, we get to play Metal Link Solid. I just want to hide under a box like Snake. You sneak around the guards, saving these happy carpenters. You take out the guards with headshots, but only stuns them for some reason. I used to be an adventurer like you. Hey, shut up! Look out for the guards. Look out for the Bigoron sword. So because you did so well at killing their people, they welcome you to their club. That's cute. Now you wander through the desert, where some shady guy sells you Bombchus. Seriously, how many Pikachu references do we need? You get to the temple, walk in, and you can't do anything. You leave, and Sheik teaches you the last song, then runs away. Back in time again, and you get to basically play a full dungeon as young Link that will be recycled later. Oh, hello, hot older woman. You'll give me something? How many women want to marry me? So you make your way through and fight Darknut. He kills you in one hit. Even after a fairy, he kills you right after. Oh, damn. You beat him, get the gauntlets, your new future Mrs. Link gets taken away, and now you go forward in time for the final time. Unless you plan on completing the game. I've done it twice. I don't need to do it again. Oh, sure, the Mask of Truth sounds like it's totally worth it for some rocks to talk to you. Although I always wondered what would happen if you looked in the mirror while wearing the Mask of Truth. Damn it, this dress does make me look fat! And don't forget Bagoron, aka the biggest jerk in this game. Why am I running around getting eye drops for him? He could easily just go, "Hey Zora, yeah, I know you can hear me. I need some eye drops. Hey old guy. Give him here, and I can reach." So you go back to this temple, and actually it's rather short if you know where you're going. I mean, I didn't, so of course it took me an hour. You fight Iron Knuckle, who is actually Nabooru under the spell. The witches zap her into dust. Single again. You take the fight to them, first in a frustrating bout of trying to aim your shield. Then they fuse into an almost attractive woman. You absorb her spells, slash at her, and she's down. Why is it the Fire Temple sucks and has a cool boss, but this temple is cool and has an underwhelming boss? Yeah, whatever. Nabooru is a sage. Well, at least they introduced a new character, but it was still obvious she was a sage. So, back at the Temple of Time, Sheik reveals that he is actually Zelda. Okay, I know I poked fun at this previously in the review, but seriously, when I was a kid, this moment was awesome. It kinda made up for the fact that I knew that Aerith was gonna die in Final Fantasy VII before I ever played it. Only one obstacle left, Ganondorf. You approach Ganon's tower, and the sages build a bridge for you to cross. How nice. Your first objective is to break the seals that create the barrier for the main castle. For the most part, they're all pretty cool. They're like condensed versions of the main dungeons they represent. However, the Shadow and Forest rooms? Yeah, I almost rage quit. Again, it's the platforming that is truly the heart and soul of what is wrong with this game. I understand that they were trying to add a new dynamic to the puzzles in this game, but it was just poorly executed. It's not like jumping is new to this franchise. I mean, there was jumping in Link's Awakening with the Roc's Feather. I don't know how big of an impact it had, but it's proof that we can handle a jump button in a Zelda game. Look at a game like Banjo-Kazooie. This is the direction Ocarina should have headed in. Yeah, I know a lot of you are thinking that I'm out of my mind, but hear me out. Banjo is a platformer, of course, but it also has a lot of puzzle elements to it, and it is a collectathon game, which isn't too far removed from the Zelda theories. What directly applies is the platforming and, while I'm at it, Z-targeting. There's a jump button, and when you jump, you're allowed to make mid-air adjustments that won't ruin it. Standard in the platformer. One wrong jump in Zelda, though, and no matter how hard you slam back on the analog stick, you're toast. Granted, the controls in these two games are completely different as they are used for different purposes, but really, I'd settle for the context button to change to a jump near a ledge. The auto jump's main flaw is that it uses the analog stick to jump as well as to line up and change your trajectory. So you need to line that jump up perfectly with your steps leading into it, and having a button that doesn't line up completely straight just overly complicates it. If some guys who made a game about gorillas jumping into barrels can nail the exploration platformer, I'm thinking the guy who invented platforming should have a clue. Don't forget to backtrack once you get the gold gauntlets to the great fairy fountain just outside the castle to double your health. Yeah, screw you, heart pieces. Now to the heart of Ganon's tower. This part of the game is more cinematic than challenging. There's 3 rooms with old mini-bosses that, by now, you can blow through with no effort. Then on to Ganondorf. All you do is get in a corner, knock the ball back at him, shoot him with a light arrow, and swing away. He's basically Aghanim from Link to the Past. Now you get a timed escape mission. Follow Zelda down the stairs, one more fight against the Stalfos, and after some cutscenes, Ganondorf emerges from the rubble and transforms into Ganon. You know, the pig, like Ganon was in the last 3 games. He's totally badass with the exception of that rainbow tail. Also, you roll between his legs to hit him. Oh, and Navi is sorry that she couldn't help before, so now she will, by saying she doesn't know how to beat him. Thanks, Navi. So you get back to the Master Sword, slay Ganon, and kick back for some closing cinematics. There's this party going on where Mario and Luigi are drunk, this guy is upside down, and the sages watch from afar. Kinda cool. The game closes with Navi running away and Link meeting with Zelda again, theoretically warning her about Ganondorf. So how does this game hold up? Well, despite the fact that I loathe the platforming, it's still solid. The atmosphere is great, the dungeons are mostly fun, and it has that old Zelda charm. Considering this is a fresh take on the series, I am surprised at how much of the old stuff was kept. And as much as the world seems bigger, it still feels smaller than Link to the Past. Smaller may be the wrong word. More devoid is probably more fitting. Hyrule Field takes up such a huge chunk of the map, and it seems like more could have been included. But there are limitations on a cartridge, and considering it was originally going to be Mario 64 with the Zelda skin, I'll take it. Greatest of all time? Not in my opinion, but I won't bash anyone who thinks that. There is a legitimate claim to that. So, if you've never played this before, I highly recommend you do it. But I also highly recommend you grab the 3DS version of it, because it makes that Water Temple debacle a lot easier. You don't have to keep grabbing the iron boots from the menu. It's not the same masterpiece I thought it was when I was a child, but it's still an amazing experience, and one that every gamer should experience. Now, I know there's some sort of weird rule, probably due to the fact that AVGN and everyone else has done it, that your first review needs to be something absolutely awful from your childhood. I said screw it and decided to do something that was great. But, if it'll make you guys happy, then next week, I'm going to play a terrible side-scrolling platformer based around dinosaurs. Because hey, those are the best kinds of games. Guys, thank you so much for watching my first review. It really means a lot. It would also mean a lot if you would hit that little like button if you liked the video. And if you really liked it, add it to your favorites. And if you like both these videos and you really like me, then why don't you hit that little subscribe button? So that would help me immensely. And also leave a comment, tell me what you like, what you don't like, and also tell me what other games you'd like to see me do in the future. Thank you guys so much, and I heard there's a Mass Effect movie that I haven't seen yet, so I gotta go check that out. Later.